Alrighty, it is time. The newest maze event, the New Year maze, has now begun in Dragon City, and I'm going to pre-warn you before you start moving in this event that actually going down the keys path straight away may not actually be your first priority. So, usually with these events, the keys paths tend to be the best because, I mean, we have wish spheres available on this path. We also have the seabed fossils, which are part of another collection. There are insignias on this path as well. However, on the 2-day unlock dragon, so in this case, that would be the dragon that unlocks in 1 day and 15 hours, the lunatic dragon, there is actually a sparkle jar on this path and not a sparkle jar on the regular path. So the sparkle jar is right here, right in the corner of the event in case you missed it. And now the reason why you may want to pick up this sparkle jar is because if you are trying to fully finish off the Happy New Sphere collection, this is where you get that final sparkle jar from. Of course, if you've already missed one, then maybe you just want to skip the sparkle jar altogether. But if you're trying to at least get to 6 out of 6 and then maybe see how many wish spheres you can push, you are going to have to save your currency to go down this pathway and get that sparkle jar. And then you can come back and then make your way through the regular keys path. So that would be the one starting with the thief dragon. You make your way through, you pick up the key, you go to the next one, and so on and so on. So I have put together a quick guide. If you want to see it, it is in the DC event guide section of my Discord server as usual. But generally speaking, it is the same as usual for these mini maze events. So the keys path total is 10,800 currency, which has wish spheres, insignias, and seabed fossils. The 2-day unlock legend, which is the one with the sparkle jar, has 2 wish spheres. That sparkle jar is at 3,825 currency, and there are 10 insignias on that path. And then the 3-day unlock legend is 6,720 currency, and it has 2 wish spheres on the path. But grand total from resets, quests, and starting currency without ads, you should expect to get around about 8,100, which is enough to fully finish off the 2-day unlock legend. And by 2-day unlock, I mean the one that unlocks after 2 days after the event begins. So you could full clear, in my case, this lunatic light pink path if you really wanted to. But since there's only 2 wish spheres on this path, I think what the best thing for you to do is going to be make sure you've got at least 3,800 currency so that you can go and pick up the sparkle jar up in the corner. But then come back to the regular thief path and spend your currency on picking up these wish spheres. And there is another wish sphere that is on the cheaper side on the 3-day legends unlock path as well. So if you can't pick up another wish sphere for very cheap, you might want to go on the other path, which being, in this case on ditlep, it would show it as Warlord, because if you get to 1,260 currency on that other legends path, you can get a wish sphere by that means as well. But generally, I think you should prioritize mainly the 2-day legend unlock and just making your way through the regular keys path and maybe picking up that extra wish sphere for that 3-day unlock legend. But I guess I'm gonna go and watch my ad for this bonus sphere, because why not? So there we go, I watched my daily ad, get myself an extra opening of wish spheres. Who doesn't like bonus wish sphere openings? There we go. There's 2 lots of them, and lovely, lovely. Although it's not very many. But like I said, I think that in general, the keys path is still a good one to go down because you will still be able to finish off that other collection as well with the seabed fossils. So I would suggest going through these. I've already personally gotten a little bit lucky. I already got a 1,000 drop from the ads, so I'm doing pretty good already. But of course, when you are making your way through these, the thing is, you've got to choose what you want to prioritize, what you want to aim for. I'm mainly just going for 25 of these seabed fossils. We could go for this one as well, which drops legendary jokers and the perks, which, okay, maybe we'll get to 40 of these special seabed fossils, but I will say that the sparkle jar comes first. And since we picked up some more spheres, we can unlock this collection as well, which is more legendary jokers and tokens, which I need tokens for upgrading my habitats, and who doesn't love free legendary jokers? So there is that. The next one that we're going to unlock is going to be this big Phoenix perk section, and we're going to potentially, we could get times 100 orbs of Hyorosphere. That would be nice, wouldn't it? But of course, I'd love to be able to get the 50 wish spheres, but it is going to be down to your RNG primarily. So we'll see how that one goes. But I do wish you the very best of luck with, you know, everything that you're going to be picking up. I hope that you get everything that you want out of this maze event, but make sure that you are logging in every 6 hours, picking up all of your currency. So like we've got a new currency reset here. So the easiest way to pick up all of this currency from this reset is literally go and hatch a Terror Dragon egg by popping an egg into your hatchery. You wait this few seconds, so la-di-da-di-da. And yes, I know that my hatchery is very full at the moment. I know. It's because I'm pretty much done with the heroic race, that's why. And then you go and get this level 1 Terror Dragon and just feed them up. That is the cheapest way to get all of your currency per reset, fastest way, and you waste the least amount of resources. So there we go. Now we can just sell him, and we got all of our bonus currency for this reset. So regular reset login in method, then of course we have the quest, and inside this we do have 1, 2, 3, 4, 500 of the maze coins available, along with a single wish sphere if you make it right to the end of stage 10. So definitely be logging in every 6 to 8 to 10 hours for those. And then of course we also have ads, and I've already watched my 30 ads for today, spun my roulette wheels, and gotten the free currency. So make sure you're logging in for those, and you're picking up your Dragon TV coins as well, because they can drop some nice stuff as well. But make sure you're watching those ads and getting everything that you can. Oh, I've got my 30 gem chest coming in 12 hours. Can't wait for that one. Bonus 30, that'll take us back up to 200. Hell yes. But anyway, that is most of the stuff related to this maze event. So just make your progress, save your currency for the path that you want. And if you do ever want to double check again, you can go into my Discord server, and you can also double check on ditlep and deetlist as well, because they also have the grand total costs, although the dragons are going to be different for everyone. You'll see that Thief, Iceling, and Colourful are going to be the same, but the legendaries that are on offer are going to be different for everyone. So instead of looking at a particular legend to aim for, base it on whether it's the Keys Path, the 2-day unlock dragon, or the 3-day unlock legendary dragon. That's going to be the easiest way for you to work out which one applies to your game when you're looking at these websites. But ditlep again does show you all of the unlocks, so if you ever want to double check how much a particular wish sphere is going to cost you, you can just scroll down. That one's 1,900 for instance, this one's 470. So you can get a few cheap wish spheres on the other paths, but I mean, I'd recommend going for the sparkle jar anyway for most of us. And then you can pick up the Insignias at 6,300 if you really want, or if you don't want to spend 3,000 more currency on the Insignias, just start spending it on the Keys Path. So it's your choice whether you want to go for exclusively pushing for the Insignias further on, or whether you want to come back and just spend it on wish spheres. So there is that. The other thing that we do have is Wizard's Hollow again, which it's more of that dual perception hollow that I mentioned from yesterday, but it is another Wizard's Hollow nonetheless. You know, there's been a few times recently where I easily could have walked away with like very minimal rewards, and it probably would have been the best option for me. But I try and push it anyway, just in case we get lucky, and I feel like it's just not happening. I feel like it just doesn't want to give us some special treats in these Wizard's Hollows. Which, to be fair, if we're ever going to get lucky in a Wizard's Hollow, I'd rather it not be in this Wizard's Hollow, honestly, because if we get a particular really cool legendary VIP, hard to get one, that is in this, you know, in this hollow, I'd rather us be able to, you know, have a chance at picking up that dragon instead of Terror Titan. And yeah, I know that we could get some dual perception orbs, but I would much rather just be able to pick up a new unique collection dragon. But that's just me personally. Of course, everyone's got their own different tastes and things that they want. Nobody's ever going to want the exact same things every single time. But of course, the further into these Wizard's Hollow runs you get, the better the rewards become. So if you just got lucky every single day, then if you just end up quitting out later on, you could just pick up tons of really nice stuff anyway. And who doesn't like tons of really nice stuff? Chance would predict that we would run into a wizard at any given moment here. because we've already gotten a little bit lucky. We've only run into one wizard. We're probably going to run into one pretty much now. So we could have walked away with just a heroic orbs chest, but honestly, the rewards weren't really worth walking away with, so that's the only reason I continued. We didn't get anything really of value. It is what it is. GG, go next. But the other thing that I did want to mention for today is that we do actually have some cool dragons back in the breeding event island, like Platypus, who, if you remember, if you were around at the time, Platypus was the start of when the maze events started getting like A, B, and C different player groups. He was the start of things going wrong, basically. But he is available to breed in the breeding event island. Of course, we are mid-heroic race, but a lot of players, myself included, are sort of dying down on the heroic race now because we're nearly finished, or we are done. And then there's also empty as well. So maybe they're just gonna keep doing this rather than releasing the new dragons in the maze event like they used to. Maybe they'll just give them in other methods these days. Like, of course, we got the collection dragons now as well, but you know, the Platypus dragon whole fiasco when that first started with like no pre-warning, my goodness, were players confused. I don't blame him, but at least he has a nice little follower, so I'm gonna probably give him a couple of tries. Other thing from today is that we do still have Rush going on. And I have to be honest, I was very, very annoyed this morning because when you're at the train station, I would not have expected my phone to just suddenly decide that it wanted to try and connect to the Wi-Fi network. And so can you guess what happened? What happened was, while I was in the middle of a battle that was easily won, when I just saved up all of my arena energy, it disconnects me. And if you didn't know what happens when you get disconnected, well, all of your dragons go on cooldown as if you've been defeated. So basically, I got absolutely screwed over. Otherwise, we would easily have way, way more KOs than this. So if I end up coming second, because my phone decided to try and connect to a Wi-Fi network it has never tried to connect to before, I'm going to sue the train company. Okay, no, I'm not. But either way, it's definitely something that you should be aware of, especially since we are mid-alliance chest, because that is obviously going to impact on how well we do in our alliance chest as well. And doing badly in your alliance chest, well, you don't want to be doing badly in your alliance chest, because I would say that that is more important than Rush, because you get so many gems if you do well, and getting lots of gems is always very nice. Who doesn't like lots of free gems? So I'm kind of annoyed that that happened this morning, and obviously feel bad for the clan members as well, because they did nothing wrong. They have been screwed over by this buggy game. And I call it buggy because just fundamentally it's like, it wasn't intentional. My dragons did not get defeated. Of course, the reason why they do that is to stop you from, you know, disconnecting if you accidentally screw up a battle against an enemy and then getting all of your energy back. I understand why it is a thing. Doesn't change the fact that it is very annoying when it happens. Especially when you are not one of the cheaters. I think that's the big problem. When you're not actually trying to take advantage and cheat the system and you still get screwed over, that's when it's a big fat L. But anyway, we are fighting against the world apparently with us trying to get KOs, but you know, it's not like we could log in every 2 seconds anyway to begin with. It's just one of those things. We accept it, we move on. If we end up missing out on the alliance chest level 6 just barely because of a bug like that, yes, maybe I will go a little bit crazy for about 5 seconds before I realize, hey, it's Dragon City, it doesn't matter, who cares. But anywho, skis, my experience in this arena has been actually really quite nice. It's outside of the annoyance of that happening. But it's been quite a chilled time, very chilled. The enemies for me are pretty reasonable, as you can probably see here. Like, they're not really putting up too much of a fight whatsoever. There's a couple of like full level 70 teams that are a bit scary, but there aren't many of them. They're not too bad to deal with whatsoever. You know, the Norns I don't like, but who does like to go against Norns, really? Norns and Hadges, they're not fun at all. I mean, they're very doable, especially I am so very glad that I did well in the Synchro race, and went for at least E4 Cinco, soon to be E5 Cinco, because Cinco does such good work against so many different arena dragons. Of course, you can pick technically better picks than Cinco against Norn, of course, but I think that Cinco is just such a nice pickup in so many arenas. I'm so glad that I didn't listen to everyone saying, oh my god, Heroic Race Dragon bad, because otherwise you'd assume everything is terrible. But anyway, I'm going to keep grinding out all of these. This guy luckily has a bunch of fire dragons so that we can use Jeremy on them. But we don't even need 3 level 70s to deal with this arena. You don't need them. You only need 1 or 2, and it's easily done skis. So I'm enjoying the skill-based matchmaking bonuses this time. Of course, the more that we grind, the more of these, I guess, totems and stuff that we could have gotten. But this will be ending soon. We'll get a new arena collection, so we will look forward to the next arena dragon now that we've unlocked Lake Guardian. But I'm just going to keep grinding out the wish spheres and such, I think. You know, it's just very tiresome at times when you're praying to RNGesus that you're going to get good drops on these wish spheres and you just don't. Because, you know, like in Grid Event, you could have like tons of difference from someone else just because you didn't get lucky on the wish sphere drops. And that's kind of annoying, very annoying. Like, why is there such a massive disparity between what you can unlock just because one player gets luckier on the item drops? And yeah, I've benefited from that before many a time. Definitely, 100% I have. It's just a very annoying sort of concept, you know. I wish that things were more, I guess, just more consistent for everyone rather than being so RNG reliant on like event collection items. But hey, it is a mobile game at the end of the day, a pay-to-win mobile game at that. It's never going to be perfect. You're never going to get everything that you want. Oh, there we go. Finally, a ×3 to make up for the multiple singular drops. My goodness, my wish sphere drops have been pretty bad this time. But, you know, maybe that's what I get for getting so lucky in the past. But anyway, we're going to keep grinding these out and at least hoping for the Phoenix perk. So, wish you the very best, and I hope that you get lucky with your sparkly jar as well. But for now, have fun, and I hope you win your heroic race too.